Hello, guys. This is going to be a quick one. I'm just getting up. This kitty medication is starting to really take its toll. All right, so quick message just for those that would like to, a little bit, for those who have concerns and for those who may not see the concerns in what's going on, okay? And that's okay. It's okay, we can't see everything, and it's made to be that way. So it's important not to let emotions run high, and the best way to do that is observing, not reacting. Because the thing is, we don't know the motives of others. And when we start assuming the motives of others, that's when the emotions start to take over. Because we start thinking that we can know these people's emotions, and it messes with our heads. And that's why we have to always keep that, keeping all options on the table. That it could be one thing, it must be one thing, or must be the other, and it really feels like it's this way, therefore it is. That's when we start allow for all possibilities. So, as you've seen, I've been able to rustle a few feathers. I know how to do that much. That much we've learned. And then we see where we go from here. One thing's for certain is that it's not so easy to pressure me into doing what you want directly. So, in fact, I love debate and I love disagreement in many ways. So it's totally fine for me. But I know some people aren't like that, and that's okay. I don't mind the debate. Emotionally, directly, the next move is to try to sway those that are paying attention. Okay? You try to shut down the chat, and it doesn't work. In fact, it kind of pushes me to keep going the same way. So what they'll do, because they're afraid, and I'm not saying, when I say they, this is the problem. We don't know the motives. We don't know who anybody really here is from. Maybe there's like a few exceptions between people, but for the most part, there's a certain veil of anonymity. And with that, people that have bad intentions can thrive. And I'm not saying that that's all cool with financial gain to do, those that are narcissistic as opposed to those that are part of something a little bit more nefarious, like a group or something. They will all act with the same kind of motives, and I guess plays out of the same playbook, because they're not so far unrelated, even though they may have no relation to each other in their actions here. If that makes sense. Okay. And the intents by narcissists and these groups that usually try to censor or silence people are about the same. Since I won't do what they want, I have to look crazy, or I have to look bad or mean or something like that. And that's okay. This is why I've always mentioned, question me first, okay? And that's, I'm just as bad as anybody on this earth. I'm a wretched person. And it's only through Jesus that I end up doing anything right. Anything. It's true. Hey, Moody. I'll do a little quick update now that he's here. This little dude is rocking the house. He's back to try and take me over. Come here. Come up. He's like, no, I'm just going to make you wait for me. So, and this is okay if they end up making me sound crazy or be crazy. Whatever one comes first is what they're looking for. You will know if you keep questioning me and observing, not reacting, not putting your faith in me. You put your faith in God. I'm just a person, and I can make errors. Now, what we do with those errors or those faults that we all have, is what really makes a difference in the world, in this world. So I always appreciate everything that everybody does, while keeping in the back of my head that I don't know people's motives for it. All I can truly know and understand, and in the word respect, like to see again through the eyes of one else. The only thing I really know is the information that's put down. So I can only go by that and my observances. And even then, my observances. But if I'm going to let that beat me up over all the time, I will get nothing done. And I will worry. And I will doubt. Oh, kitty. And eventually, that leads to loss of sanity. So first off, to everybody that's listening, and in the same token, when I hear appreciation for me trying to get to the bottom of Jeff's story, by the same token that it's not all power and all glory belongs to God. The gratefulness that you have towards you for everything you've done, all of you, I had to send that to God. And I praise him that there are people they're so willing to help. But if I go forward, since I'm not so easily manipulated, there are people that would like to manipulate those around me. And this is why I've never taken specials. The only time I ever really pointed out someone specifically was Chi. She wasn't afraid to say, listen, I'm worried. There's something I'd like to bring up, but I'm listening. But if I am worried about what everybody will be thinking about me, I will quickly go into a death spiral, which is basically the plan from the beginning. And this is why I choose not to go to other channels. This is why I choose not to really run towards anything outside of this channel. I do have much love for all of you, but I don't take favorites. And know every single person listening, no less or no more than most of the content creators out there. Was I disconnecting? I cannot and will not see anybody with special regard, because once you start to do so, that's when it gets used against you, and they may not know immediate. It can be somebody on the outside that has seen like people talk in the chat, and they eventually target them. And we've seen the past days, I've shown evidence of that. That if you talk in these chats, which I don't have the chat open now, this is private, but if you talk in these chats, you may get targeted, and you may not before. So you kind of have what you feel is a connection with them. And this is intentional. This is the kind of, even if the person doing it doesn't know they're doing it, they try to make an intent in the person that they're targeting. And then it becomes media, are under some sort of control by those looking for an end game. And they do it in many different ways. This is why, like, this is how manipulation works. Keep this short. What's important to remember is just because you don't know people's motives doesn't mean you can't give them the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't mean that you need to fear. We're told, yea, though I walk through the valley of death, though I walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil. Or the valley of the shadow of death, sorry. But same thing, because thou art with me. Easy to be in the world, but not of the world. And just because I don't take favorites doesn't mean I don't appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you. Even the ones that may get disillusioned with things that I do. And that's okay. I want you here and I want you asking questions. Basically, I want you to do you. You don't have to be here either. But I just wanted to mean it as in, no, I'm not telling you to leave by any means. I want you to stay and I want you to talk. And I want you to know that you're not alone in seeing the manipulation that happens here. You're not alone. And I'm as willing to talk to the most nefarious of people as I am, like, people who are actually nefarious, as opposed to, if there is such a thing. Without the complications of that side topic, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be treating favorites one way or the other. Once I start doing that, there becomes the honor amongst thieves thing that starts to happen. And the honor amongst thieves, like Red Pill, and those in, some of those at least, within Jeff's old inner circle, that's what they want. That's what they want. They want honor amongst thieves and honor amongst thieves alone, and they want to bully anybody else that tries to say anything different than their perceived truth. This is why they clash time to time. But for the most part, they will agree with whatever is the most, whatever the easiest thing they will agree with. What's that saying I heard one time? People like Red Pill and those looking to, that we've seen with clear evidence of trying to manipulate others into thinking whatever they want about me or whatever. I don't matter. I'm, of course, think as you want about me. They can kind of, these people can fit into really basically any container that you can pour them into. Any container, they will fit into it. They will listen how you react to certain things, and they will adapt, and they will settle. And if you let them settle by adapting to you, it's just how it works. It's just how narcissists act. So you may not know if you're being manipulated, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have God, if you have the Bible, if you're reading, especially the ones that I was talking about before. Go through John, go through the Galatians, and Hebrews. Like, I know everybody wants to push you into Revelation and Ezekiel and Isaiah, hardcore Isaiah. And think, well, Isaiah is great, but you know what I'm talking about with the end time stuff. I get that. You know, it might be the end times. I don't know. I don't know. When you stop fearing that, you don't fear anything that's around you. In fact, you love it.